This is the Transformers Power of the Primes Titan class Predaking. I picked up the set at Our Toys. Big thanks to Robert for hooking me up with this set, and here it is in packaging. Looking at it, the box. Box is pretty big, but it's not a size we have not seen before, as I will show you later. Okay, so 18 inches, 45 centimeters. Predaking. Box art right here. We got everybody. Dive Bomb, Headstrong, Rampage, Razor Claw, and Torox. Okay, it says Power of the Primes right there. More box art right here. On the side, nothing. Okay, just for fun, just give you an idea of how big the box is. Here is the Devastator box. So, well, Japanese. This is the Takara Tomy version, but it's essentially the same size. Okay, so they're basically the same. The box is essentially the same size. Okay, and here is the Platinum Edition Predaking box. G1 Predaking, the Thrilling 30 Platinum Edition. All right, so this is what you get in this entire Titan class Predaking set. You get a nice little poster right here. Basically the same box art. Power of the Primes Predaking, and you have a catalog of the primes. So I guess we're getting all 12 primes. Maybe the others are not individually packed or something like that. So we've got most of them. We just need a couple more. Incidentally, Onyx Predaking, Onyx Prime, as you can see in the box right there, is included in this set. You can't see him right here because the instructions say that he is inside the head of Razor Claw. So he's somewhere in there. We're gonna get that open. So you get everybody right here. 5 Voyager class figures. Here is the instructions. Let me show you the back side of the instructions. Okay, pretty cool. Not that complicated. And you get some nice silver and gold sticker sheets, a sticker sheet. And here are the Predacons in robot mode, and you know what? I did not expect them to look this great. They look fantastic. I've seen pictures on the internet, online photos, initial official pics of these figures, and you know, I was like a little bit skeptic of how they turn out, but they turned out great. Yeah, some I can nitpick here and there, but in robot mode, they are amazing. You got Razor Claw. We got Headstrong, Rampage, Dive Bomb. Dive Bomb's looking to be my favorite. And Torox. So just like with the Thrilling 30 Platinum Edition, Hasbro has decided to go with Torox instead of Tantrum. So I guess officially that's his name now, but in G1 he was called Tantrum. Let me start with Onyx Prime. This is the Prime Master that came with the set. You know, it's great that we're getting everybody, but this particular Prime Master feels a little bit cheap. The plastic is of this light magenta. It pops off fairly easily. It's a very light, flimsy type of plastic. The black plastic looks great. This one is very similar to Rodimus Prime's Matrix, and really nice paint apps though, but the light magenta plastic feels a little bit cheap. Not complaining too much, I'm just saying, just an observation, but it looks pretty cool. So I love the colors on him. He's perfect for Predaking. Just so you have an idea of how big they are. Okay, they're already in a crouching position, and they're almost the same size as Scrapper. So they're pretty big. So let's begin with Headstrong and Torox. I'm doing them together because they're basically the same engineering for these two figures. They're different, but the engineering is basically the same. And as you can see, they're both holding the Predaking foot and fist accessory. Big, huge bazooka cannon on their shoulders. You can interchange them, obviously, put it on the right or the left. They have these ports for the cannons. And just again for size comparison, here is the biggest Constructicon we have. This is long haul, and even I guess that's Hasbro's way of compensating for having just 5 Voyager class figures instead of 6. So they're a little bit bigger than long haul in terms of height. In terms of plastic, they do feel a little bit heavier than long haul. You're probably wondering, okay, we've got the feet. Now, where are the fists? These are supposedly the feet. If you're wondering where the hands are, they're right here. They're underneath, okay? And they slide off really easily, just like that. That's pretty cool. Same here. A little bit difficult, a little bit tricky in the beginning. You're trying to find out how that whole thing disassembles, but it's pretty loose, pretty easy. Slides out fairly nicely. Okay, so articulation for each of the figure. You got a ball jointed shoulder, ball jointed elbow. You got a swivel neck, swivel waist, swivel hip, hinge knees, a little bit of a foot articulation. Same thing is true for Taurox. Got a waist swivel right there. Right there, and right there, and foot articulation. Okay, and you're wondering, if you're wondering what this is, well, these two are the legs. So the thigh of Predaking is attached on their back. It's a bit of a kibble issue for these two figures, but since they're very massive, it just adds to their heft. It's a little bit of a big backpack on them, but I don't really mind it. I thought it was pretty cool. If you look at them up here, straight up and from the front, doesn't really matter. Okay, detail wise, headstrong, nice yellow and black on the chest. We get some nice Decepticon tempoed logo right there. Some paint apps here and there, so that's why I really didn't feel the need to add the stickers. Stickers would really be nice. Nice details on the robot mode. I do like the proportions. I love this updated look. Yeah. Taurox, you get some paint apps here and there. Very, very nice. I didn't think we'd get a lot of paint apps because we got stickers, so yeah. So let's transform them into their alt modes. Okay, let's start with headstrong. They transform basically the same. Do this. Don't lock it first. Unlock it. Rotate it here. This way. This one's a little bit tight on mine. The left shoulder was a little bit tight for my copy of Headstrong. So you put it here, here. That's the front part. Okay. This one, untab for the hind legs, untab this piece. They kind of transform much like the Constructicons. So if you're very familiar with Devastator, I don't think you'd have a hard time with this one. So flip out the legs, like that, and then these fold this way. Okay, and then you can lock the thigh part and just right there, just like that. That sort of locks the whole animal mode in place. So yeah, he's okay, a little bit blocky. Cybernetic Rhino proportions aren't that great, but just like G1, I mean, this is as good as it gets, folks. You have some articulation, some hinge articulating, the ball joint articulation on the legs because of the robot mode. This one, yep, a little bit of articulation right there. The head does that. It does look like the jaw, lower jaw is gonna pop down, but it doesn't. It's a single piece. That whole helmet on the robot mode and that lower jaw is a single piece. So I think Hasbro kind of scrimped on that. It's a shame though, but not a deal breaker. Okay, and this one right here, there are ports there that fit in there, and there you go. Just like in G1, the cannon sits on the back of the robot of the alt mode. Okay, on to Tantrum or Torox. Same thing. Rotate, rotate. Basically the same. The shoulder on this one, not too bad. Didn't cause any problems for me. Go ahead and fold this one here. Oh, detach and fold here. Exactly the same transformation. Go ahead and fold the hind legs of the bull there, and then lock everything in place. Okay, looking good. Okay, and yep, again, get very blocky animal mode. Again, you get that same feel that there's a rivet right there, then the mouth should open, but in close inspection, it is a single piece, that lower jaw with the helmet of the robot mode, so I don't think it's gonna open anytime soon. Very nice. I love that bull head sculpt. And again, just like Headstrong, the cannon can mount on the back of the animal. So, very cool, actually. On to the leader of the Predacons. Here is Razor Claw. I like it. I like the yellow. I like the black combination. He's got a gun. Doesn't hold it that nicely, but it's okay. The gun is, it's like an alien gun. Unpainted and all that. Pretty cool. That off to the side. Okay, looking figure in detail. I love the proportions on this one. Very, very nice. You get some gold tampos here and there. Some red paint. Very nice. Articulation. It's got a swivel shoulder. Goes out. It's got a bicep swivel right here because of the transformation. Hinge elbow. Wrist. Waist. Nope, no waist articulation. It's got a ball hinge. Hip. Thigh swivel. Knee that bends only up to there, maybe 85 degrees, 80 degrees. A little bit of a foot articulation, rocker joint because of transformation. Okay, so great detail, not a lot of kibble, what you'd expect of a very nice Voyager class figure. Very, very nice. Love that head sculpt. And open this one up. That's the cavity where you put Onyx Prime or Onyx Prime Onyx Prime right there. It's a little bit hard, difficult in the beginning, very tight in the beginning, but once you've gotten around to doing it several times, fairly easy to remove this lion head. Okay, the lion does have an opening jaw, which we'll see more of later in alt mode. Speaking of alt mode, let's transform Razor Claw. All right, so do this, rotate, and fold it up like that. Arms, fold it this way, fold it here, that, and this way. Okay. This way, and that way. Okay, lock, tab it in right there. Okay, those are the guns. Okay, that's the front legs, the hind legs. Okay, what you do is this, that. Tab it in like that. Tab it in like this. Should tab in. Don't know why it's not. Okay. Okay, it should tab in like that. There is Razor Claw in his very cute lion mode. The gun, I'm sorry, the gun goes here, Oh, sorry. Goes like that. Okay. And that is supposed to be the lion mode. I think he's like the cutest Simba lion you've ever seen. I mean, come on. Look at that. Rawr. Rawr. Oh my goodness. It's like a cub. The silhouette makes him look like a cub. Like Simba. So, pretty cool. On to Rampage. Is he the panther or the tiger? Kind of looks like a red panther. Kind of. Anyway. So, very, very cool. Love the proportions on this guy. Even though he has a lot of kibble on the backpack and on the arms. Very, very nice looking Voyager class robot. So, detail-wise, very nice. I love his G1 colors. Got some orange and red combination. A little bit of gold here and there. Got this backpack, but the backpack seems to just accent and make him look nicer for some reason. He's got this gun. Doesn't hold it very nicely, though. Okay. Very cool. Articulation. He's got a hinge shoulder, ball-jointed shoulder right here. Double-jointed elbow. Oh, hinge elbow. Or bicep. Ball-jointed elbow. Lots of joints on this one. Waist swivel, definitely. Ball hinge hip. Thigh swivel. Okay. Thigh swivel. Hinge knees that go only up to there. And a little bit of a foot articulation because of transformation. Okay. Very cool. Let's transform him. Okay. Pull out the head like that. The animal head like that. Yeah, fold this. Fold the robot head down like that. Okay, rotate this one, and this is part of the arm. That's why it's a kibble. It's back there, right? Okay, that'll form part of the arm. Okay, this will fold the arms. Oh, this one's already been folded in. It's pretty cool. Okay, tab, fist. Forearms up to the shoulders. That is he a jaguar or something? Kind of reminds me of Ravage. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. This one. Untap it. Folds this way. Hold the feet out like that. Fold the legs up. Come on, like this. Oh my God, it's very tight. Okay. Okay. Tap it in like that. Very similar to how Razor Claw will transform later on, but these down. Like that, and there you go. Okay. The gun will act as a tail. The peg hole is slanted. Plug it in like that. That's the tail. So, what is he? I don't remember. The jaw does move down. Very, very cool looking beast mode. Look at that. Yeah, I know. It's a little bit thick on the torso, but that's fine. I like it. And finally, my favorite of the lot, Dive Bomb. Very, very cool. Look at that. Kind of reminds me of Swoop, Dinobot. You can obviously open up the wings if you want to. And keep it like that. Give him more girth. Look at that. Really, really nice. The waist torso, lower torso piece is a little bit loose. It doesn't, I don't see, it should tab in like that, but tends to just wobble off, so that's fine. Okay, he's got some guns. The guns have, you need to assemble them. You take them out of packaging. That's pretty cool. Okay, articulation. It's got a swivel neck. You can go up and down because of transformation. The wings do fold up like that. Ball jointed shoulders. Go like that. Double jointed elbows because of transformation. swivel elbows, like that. Hinge wrists because of transformation. Does he have a waist swivel? Yes, he does. Okay. Leg articulation. Go like that, like that. Thigh swivel. Hinge knees. Good 90-degree bend. Ratcheting. Okay. Some toe articulation because of transformation. Okay, so let's get him into his, I guess, eagle mode, hawk mode. Okay, let's do the legs first. Hold it like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay, just like Rampage. Go ahead and fold the legs inward like that. Fold legs inward like that. And on my copy of the figure, they don't stay tabbed in as tightly as I want. As in packaging, they were packaged this way. So okay, fold it up like that. Fold that. Fold that. I still like him. I think he's the best. Okay, fold it up like that. Like that. Okay, tab it in like that. All right, like that. Okay, and this one like that. Okay. Okay, and then the head, you just flip it up like that and close the mouth. Is there a way to move up the mouth like Voltron? No, it's like that. Okay. All right, open the wings. And the guns, they fit, tab them right here. That, I don't think you're supposed to. I think you're supposed to keep these out. These are the bird feet. Okay, so there is Dive Bomb in his eagle mode or beast mode. Very cool, nice wingspan. Very nice. Okay, not a lot to it. A little bit bulky. It's like a huge buzzard. Yeah. Okay, so let's combine them into Predaking. Now, Hasbro has changed it up a bit, just a little bit. If you remember G1, Dive Bomb is supposed to be here, and then Rampage is supposed to be here, and I think they also were supposed to be swapped on either side, but it doesn't really matter. You can do whatever you want, but officially, it's going to be like this. Torox here, Headstrong here, Rampage here, Dive Bomb here, and then obviously Razor Claws. Remove these pieces. These are going to be the feet. Okay, set them up. Remove the fists. Okay, off to the side. And you know they're going to have rocker joints, so you know this is the left leg, and because of that joint, this is going to be the right leg. Okay. That, and obviously you'll have the right fist and that one will have the left fist. So it's easier to get them into their combined mode when they're in beast mode. So let's do this. Headstrong, go ahead and do that. Okay. This one, just pull it in like that and like that. Okay. And then flip this one up. Okay, a little bit tight. All right, and then rotate this one a little bit like that. And then, yeah, that's correct. Okay, this one should go like that and fold neatly in the middle. That just part. Do this, do that, and then, okay. Now you're gonna stick this one in between those legs, those thighs, and just plug in those ports or those pegs. Just like that. Okay, snap these back in. And there you go. That's the right leg of Predaking. All right, same thing with Torox. Okay. I always tell Danny, like, oh, Danny, you gotta, okay, it's kind of hard. You gotta make that noise, you gotta make that sound like, and he keeps telling me, Dad, you don't need to do that. And I was like, yeah, sure you do. You're not gonna transform properly unless you do that. And he's always telling me, like, okay, whatever, Dad. So, okay, do that. Okay, pull these up like that. These up like that. These, that. Okay, and I guess do the same thing. Take that, do that. Okay, tie that. All right, and there you go. That's the both legs of Predaking. How do you do this, guy? I'm kidding. Okay, first thing you want to do, you want to flip this like that. Okay, like that. All right, and then you want to fold these up like that. Then you're, I'll get rid of this guy, obviously. And then you're going to just, you know, unpeg that. And you get to see the Predaking head showing up. Like that. Very nice of Hasbro. Very ingenious to hide it here. Okay, like that. Put it back in. Okay. And here, I'm gonna fold this right here. Just like that. Tab it in. That, like that. Make sure you tab everything in. Okay, it's always tight the first time around. Okay, but then once you get the hang of it, it should be fine. Okay, and there is torso mode for Razor Claw. On to Rampage. Remove the gun. Okay, fold this down like that and tap it in. Come on. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, and fold the legs like that. Fold them like this, like that, this, like that. Okay. All right. Open the arms like that. Fold these like this, like this. Suppose fold them like that. Supposed to tab in. That. Tab. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. Like this, and then raise them up and tab in. That. Okay. Rotate. Okay. Maybe like this, since I like the paint here is better. Okay. That's the arm. Okay. And then you gotta get one of the fists, and just like the feet, you gotta tab that fist in. Okay, rotate. Looking good. Okay. Finally, dive bomb. This, like that, and this whole wing assembly kind of slides off like that. Okay. So that's that. Let's do the wings first. That's the easiest one to do. Well, easier than this one. Okay, I guess you can keep the wings out. And then what you want to do is you do this, like that. Okay, open up these things. Like that. like that. Good. Okay, like this. Like that. Okay, and then fold the wings up like this. Like this. I guess you're good to go. I guess it's going to be very similar. Supposed to flip this out like this. We gotta tab them together, just like that. Okay, then the whole head goes like that. Okay. Again, I guess the guide is like the gold pieces. Those are like the top parts of the forearm right here. Okay. And then that's it. Oh, okay. He's got to. Okay, I guess I could do that. I don't know if the left fist is going to fit because this one uses a thinner peg than the one for Rampage. So I guess he has to be the right arm and he has to be the left arm, and yeah, vice versa. I guess you. Sorry, missed that one. Go do that and then tab it in like that. There you go. That's the arm mode. Alright, so let's combine the Predacons to form Predaking. Before we begin, let's use the weapons first that were left over from transforming these Predacons. You combine the tail of Rampage with the gun of Razor Claw, and it forms that big gun. Okay, the guns of Dive Bomb, as I mentioned, there were hinges. Plug them onto the backs of the shoulders of each arm. So Dive Bomb first, it goes like that. It'll be easier. It's easier to do it this way than when you've already combined them. And then for Rampage, here. Okay, and they form like shoulder cannons. Okay, so let's combine them. And it's interesting because it's not Razor Claw that's holding everything together. It's this piece, the wings and lower torso of Dive Bomb that's going to hold everything together. There's right here. There's a track right there for this piece right here. If you can see it right there, you're going to slide it in right here. So just do it like that. Okay, till it stops. Okay. The legs, I suppose, they just stay there. Unless you want to have them fill out right here. I guess that's how you do it. Okay. And then we'll fix that later. Okay. Let's do the legs first. Okay. So the legs, they slide in right here. It's a very thin midsection or crotch piece of Predaking. You just slide it like that. Very easy. Same thing here. Okay, you just slide it in. Like that. Okay, stand them up. Arms, you're gonna slide in. There's a track right here. That's for that. You're gonna slide it on like that. And the same is true for this, for Rampage, right there. That track is gonna fit in nicely right here on that. So you just slide it on like that. And this gun, like I mentioned, stays here. And there you go. There is Predaking assembled. Doesn't even fit the frame. Look at this guy. Absolutely magnificent. In pictures he looks thin, but he has some mass. When you've assembled the whole thing, he feels chunky as what you'd expect from like a G1 Predaking back in the day. He's not as beefy as that Predaking, but he's more slender, proportions are better, looks very, very nice. Look at that. Okay, I forgot to mention the wings. You're supposed to lock them in place right there. There is a tab right here at the back, right there. You're supposed to lock in the wings. So, yep, there we go. Looking like a really, really nice rendition of Predator. And I know what you're thinking. There's something missing with this Predaking. And yeah, he could use a sword. There is no sword. That's probably the biggest disappointment of this particular set. But again, it's not too much of a deal breaker because we all know that Perfect Effect and other third-party companies are going to do, they're probably already thinking about doing an upgrade kit for this Predaking, and part of it is probably going to be that sword. It's a shame that Hasbro did not incorporate it with this particular figure, but I'm pretty sure the third-party companies are working on a sword, and it's going to look... Alright, let's do some size comparisons, and as you can see, this is the Titan class Devastator. With some upgrades, obviously, with Predaking, and that one is the G1 Predaking, which is with the reissue. I mean the Thrilling 30 Platinum Edition G1 Predaking, and as you can see, he's got that gun just like that, but he's missing the sword. This is the Optimus Prime Beast Hunter sword. Head to toe, he is about half a centimeter taller than Devastator. In terms of beefiness, with the limbs and the torso, it appears that Devastator has more meat to him versus Predaking, but as a toy, overall, I think the Predaking set or combined mode is a much stable, a more solid. It combines more smoothly, more tightly, more stable than this one. And I think Hasbro has learned from their mistakes with this one. I mean, I'm not saying this is an absolute disaster. It's great as it is, but you have to understand these are very different construction vehicles and robots that they had to combine. So it's very asymmetrical and all that. With this Titan class, this Predaking, yeah, they've given a more symmetric type of combination, and as such, it's a more solid, I think more stable combined mode than the Devastator combined mode. They are with some other characters like Megatron with the upgrades, Optimus Prime, Power of the Primes, and just for fun, Abominus. Maybe I'll get the upgrade, the Perfect Effect. So I cannot wait to see what Perfect Effect will do with this Predaking. Maybe a sword, maybe better limbs, or no, better hands. I don't know. The hands I'm pretty okay with. But overall, I think it's a wonderful set. I did not expect it to be this good, so my grade is going to be biased towards that. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I was actually preparing myself to give it a 7, but playing around with it, looking at it up close and personal, I think it deserves a 10 out of 10. I think Hasbro did a wonderful job with this new Titan class series, Titan class figure or set. It's a big improvement from what they gave us with a Devastator. I'm actually surprised at how well this Predaking turned out. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Transformers Power of the Primes Titan class Predaking. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I just wanted to show you Predaking could be posed in an fxfranz pose right there. And here he is with the rest of the combiners that I have. And Hasbro's getting better at this. Well done.